Hello everyone and welcome back to Tinderloss Gaming, and welcome to my playthrough of the Drowned City campaign for Arkham Horror, the living card game from Fantasy Flight Games. This is episode 3 and therefore scenario 3. Not too much more to say about at this point, other than if you're enjoying this playthrough, I'd really appreciate if you could like and subscribe. I have to say I'm blown away. Let me get across the table first. I'm going to talk to you to the camera. Hello, it's me. I have to say I'm blown away. My first video for this, the way I record these, it's a bit out of kilter. I've uploaded my first video for scenario 1, obviously the Drowned City. And as I'm seeing here tonight, it's got well over 500 views, which for my channel is, I really want to thank everybody for that. I really appreciate it. I'm blown away by the amount of views I've got for this one. So hopefully you're enjoying it and you've watched scenario 2, which I've uploaded, or uploading now actually as we speak, and the computer's doing it over there as we speak. But this is now episode 3. And scenario 3, and it's called the Drowned Quarter. I went through how we got to this point last time. We're going to do some bits on that in a second, but let's have a look at what we've done in between games. I managed to get 3 XP from the last scenario. There's no spoilers there about how we done, but you can go back and watch episode 2. But at the end of it, we managed to get 3 XP. We had 1 XP for each character, Aggie and Mike. So they had 4 XP to spend. And this time I've gone a bit big. I've gone for some big stuff. So let's have a look at Agatha first. She is going to be removing one of her tooth of Etzley. And she's going to replace it with a 5 cost 4 XP fingerprint kit. And that comes in with 3 supplies. As an action, I can exhaust the kit and spend 1 supply and investigate. I get +2 for this investigation. But if I succeed, I could discover 2 additional clues at your location. So I'm thinking action economy. Getting more clues in 1 hit is very good. Saves Agatha having to use all of her actions. It's not an event or a sort of a spell or insight event, which is really where her deck shines. But when I saw this one for 4, I know it's 5, it's a hefty cost, but to get 2 additional clues, so 3 clues potentially, too much to pass up. So that's her. That's Agatha done. Michael's gone a similar route. He's going to get rid of one of his Remington model 1858s, which is a weapon, a firearm. So he's getting rid of that, but he is going to be replacing it. And again, with him, with his viola case and stuff like that, and his whole backstory, I had to put in a Chicago typewriter. 5 cost again. 4 XP. It's a weapon, illicit, firearm. Comes in with 4 ammo, which is decent. As an action, spend an ammo, fight. You may spend any number of additional actions when you perform this attack. You get +2 for this attack for each action being spent. So we could go, if we wanted to spend 2 actions, we could go +4. And but more importantly, the big thing for me is we're dealing +2 damage. We're doing 3 damage in just a single hit, which is, for those of you that play Arkham regularly, I semi-regularly play it, or play it a lot. Doing 3 damage in a hit is absolutely delightful. So we'll chuck those. These decks are going to get a shuffle anyway as we go. We've got our tasks in play: plumb the depths and good money. We managed to do good money last time. We will, no, I'm not going to say too much because I'm giving spoilers away, but yeah, there we go. Now, with this scenario, let's have a look at what we're doing. Where's me book? There it is. So this is, I think I read everything up till the drown quarter, which I did. Or did I? I'm going to read it anyway, because this is where we got to. So it says the drown quarter. The sound of crackling electricity greets you as you enter the undersea dome. Flooded trenches and crumbling ruins cover the round plaza on the sea floor. Try as you might, your eyes keep drifting to the ocean beyond the alien barrier. A bloom of jellyfish floats dreamily through the tenebrous depths. If the energy field were to disappear for any reason, the expedition would surely be swept away. And if the expedition headed west, which we did, we go to drown quarter 2. That says, I think this is the source. Andy points to the round structure in the centre of the plaza. Bolts of electricity lick the shimmering bubble above. The structure is the source of the glow and presumably the energy field protecting these ruins from the ocean water. Inside you find a spinning orrery, a complex mechanism of hovering spheres and whirring gears that stir a constant electrical current. Locked at its core is an incandescent globe. Andy fidgets nervously. It's powering the machine. I don't know what will happen if we take it out, but it looks like something Mr. Tillinghast would want. Really? Before you can object, he sets to operate in the ancient controls. There may be a way to remove the orb without drowning. Well, let's hope so, Andy. Blimey. If the investigator has to know place like home tasks, they resolve their respective story on the following page. We don't, but it says proceed to setup. So, gather all cards and encounter sets from the Drowned Quarter, Alien Machinery, Cosmic Legacy, Deep Ones, Elder Mist, Flood, Rylea, and Undersea Creatures, which is what we've done. It says put the barrier core into play, inactive side face up, which is what we've done. Gather each seafloor location and we'll remove 1 copy of Coral Reef and 1 copy of Drowned Acropolis from the game at random, which is what we've done. I think that's what we've done. Yep, we've done that. Shuffle the 8 remaining seafloor locations together and put them into play in a 3x3 grid around the barrier core. So 3x3 grid as per the book. Set the barrier node asset and the double-sided undersea parasite and obsidian relic cards aside out of play, which is what I've done. In the player order, each player may choose 1 earned artifact, which we haven't got yet, or 1 item asset from the expedition encounter set to begin play under their control, which is what we've done. So if we go to Agatha first of all, we're not taking the diving gear this time, we're taking something slightly different. So Agatha is going to be taking it's just expedition gear. And it comes in with 3 supplies. As an action, spend 1 supply, heal 1 damage from an investigator at your location. And as a reaction, remove expedition gear from the game, move a non-elite enemy at your location or connecting location once in any direction. So I picked that really because of 6 health. In a pinch, we could use it to heal. Not really a fan of wasting actions to heal, but there you go, you do most of the time in this game. And Michael has done a similar thing. He has chosen Laudanum, which is the same thing, but you heal horror. Comes in with 3 supplies, and again, when we would draw a non-weakness, power, or terror treachery, remove it from the game, cancel that treachery's revelation effect, and discard it. So there we go. We can do that. Once we've used him for sanity, same sort of thing. He's quite low on sanity, or can be quite low on sanity. So we've chosen those 2. Add flood tokens to the token pool and check your campaign log. And it says if the expedition headed east, which we didn't, we're fine. Shuffle the remaining encounter cards and build your encounter deck. You are now ready to begin. So there we go. We are ready to play. Let's just have a final. We've got the drown quarter. Let's see what that is. The skull is going to give us -X. X is half the number of revealed locations rounded down. The cultist is -2. If you fail and your location is fully flooded, take 1 damage. The tablet is -4. If you fail, place one of your clues on your location. And the elder thing is -3, -5 instead if your location is not flooded. We've got a few agendas, but we'll look at agenda 1 first of all. Comes with a total of 7 doom, and it's called the Sunken Ruins. Chunks of Rylea's foundations continue to fall, threatening the seafloor dome. Forced. When your turn begins, if you are at a fully flooded location, you struggle for air. When your turn ends, if you did not enter an unflooded or partially flooded location or decrease the flood level of your current location, take 5 direct damage. So that's a common theme. That's similar to what we were doing last time. So we do not want to be in fully flooded areas. And 1 act, reactivate the core. You can't open the barrier core until the undersea dome is at least partially drained. Each location is connected to each location adjacent to it. Okay, so that's there, all that. As a reaction, spend 2 clues, decrease your location's flood level. At the end of the round, if each surviving investigator is at barrier core active, you may advance. Hint. Reactivate the barrier core by revealing and draining locations. Okay, so that's what we've got to do. Barrier core has got forced. If 6 or more seafloor locations are revealed and not flooded, flip barrier core. So we haven't got to drain them all, but we've got to drain 6. As an action here at barrier core, decrease the flood level of barrier core and choose an adjacent eligible location. Increase the flood level of the chosen location. Then place 3 clues per investigator on it. So 6 clues. Blimey. Who knows what's going to be underneath this then? I don't know if there'd be any reason to do that. But anyway, here we go. That is it for our setup. We will crack on with playing. Right, just move things up a little bit, just give me a little bit more space. So I think we're ready to start. Let's give everything the contractually obligated Tindalos shuffle, which also includes a copyrighted cat weasel cut. These have been I've given them a really good shuffle off screen, but we have one on screen as well. Let's put that there like that. We'll do Aggie. It feels in the hand like she's got a lot more cards. I know it's only like 5 more cards in her deck building requirements, but it feels like a lot more. And again, cat weasel cut. And then same for Mick. Hopefully we'll complete it and not run out of actions. Okay, oops, daisy. Right, let's draw our opening hand. 5 for Agatha. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What we're looking for here is the ocular, if we can get it. That's really handy. We've got fingerprint kit. 5 cost though. Ooh, perception, backpack, promise of power, art student. Well, art student's a keeper. I think perception's a keeper. And then I think those three are going back. So we draw three more. And we get Crack the Case, an Andy von Northwick, and a Spectral Shield. Okay, not too bad. Andy's quite expensive, but we can live with that. We've got an event, which is nice. We've got two events actually. Crack the Case. Hopefully we can get some clues going. Rightio. That's Agatha's. Michael, we're looking for any guns really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same plan as ever. Mick's going to be Agatha's bodyguard. So we've got quick thinking. Quite nice. We've got a lucky cigarette case. We'll definitely keep that. We've got a treachery, so we draw another card. We've got another quick thinking. Watch this. And we've got an automatic. I don't feel like Michael's going to be doing any tests anytime soon, so we'll get rid of those three and we'll draw three more. Remington, a Robert Castaigne, and a crack shot. Okay, that's fairly good. Very expensive. We need Michael to get some resources, and with good money, that doesn't usually happen very quickly. Right. Ugh. So as ever, we miss the mythos phase, the first one, and we move to the investigation phase. Let's start off with Agatha, who fairly straightforwardly, first action's going to pay 2, so down to 3 resources to play an art student. After she enters play, we can exhaust her. Or was a reaction, sorry. We can get a clue. Second action, we're going to play investigate with a perception. So we're 6 versus 4. I'm going to chuck a spectral shield in to make it 7 versus 4. I'm not going to be able to seal any cards this time, unfortunately, but 7 versus 4. How is the chaos bag going to be today? Minus X, where X is half the number of revealed locations. Well, that's 1. So we pass. We get the last clue. Perception and what you may call it, spectral shield goes, but that's nice for it to be in our discard pile. And then there's a fast action. We're going to play Crack the Case. Play. There's fast. Play after the investigator discovers the last remaining clue at your location. Investigators at location gain a total of X resources distributed as you wish. X is the location's shroud value. So we're going to get 4 resources. 2 and 2 maybe? Let's have a little look. Yeah, that could be quite handy. So Agatha's going to take 2, so she's back up to 5. And Mick is going to take 2, so he's at 7. Crack the Case is gone. one action left. We'll pay 4 down to 1 to replace the art student with Andy von Northwick. Art student's done her job. I mean, I could have used her for the 1 and 2 soak, but I'd rather get Andy out. It gives me +1 intellect. And if your location has no clues in it, ignore the first attack of opportunity made against you each round. These are 1/3 soak. Very nice. Happy with that. That was the third action to play that. So Agatha's done. A little bit of a setup turn, as always, is the first turn. So Michael, first action. First action, going to pay 4, so down to 3. To play his 25 automatic. Love that gun. Comes in with 4 ammo. I really know I've got ammo tokens. I don't know why I'm not using them. We'll use those. Second action, we'll pay 2 down to 1 for his lucky cigarette case. What are we going to do for his third action? I think for his third action, he's just going to gain a resource. He's going to gain a resource, but he's not. And he's going to put that onto good money. Try and get that done. That's Michael done. All right. Enemy phase, no enemy phase. We're all good. So we go to the upkeep phase. We're going to reset our actions. Agatha's going to gain a resource. Mickey's going to gain a resource, but he's going to go on to good money to try and get that done quickly. That seemed to work well last time. No spoilers. Agatha's going to draw a card. She's got no cards. She's going to get a Milan Christopher. Oh, okay. Okay. And Mick is going to get another Robert Castaigne. 2 Robert Castaignes. Did I gain a resource? Yes, I did, because it's on there. That's fine. Oh, it's early in the morning here. So we go across to the Mythos phase. We are going to put a Doom, 1 of 7, on the agenda. We'll start off with Agatha, as we always do, and she is going to get Cyclopean Architecture. Test intellect X, where X is your location's printed shroud. For each point you fail by, choose and discard 1 card from your hand. Okay, no major issue that one, I don't think. So we are 5 versus 4. 5. We're just going to do a straight 5 versus 4. Minus X. X is the number of revealed locations rounding down. So what? 1. Minus 1. So we pass. We don't even have to discard Dr. Milan. Put that there. And then Mick's card is Ominous Silence. Put it into your play in your threat area as an additional cost to play a card. You must either spend 1 resource or take 1 horror. Oh, that's horrible, that one. Test agility 3. If your location is not flooded, this automatically succeeds. Okay, we can get rid of that fairly easily. Well, in fact, pretty much straightforward. Right, so we come back to the investigators. Agatha's going to go off exploring, because what we need to do is have 6 or more locations that are not that are revealed and not flooded, and then we can flip the barrier core, and that's what we need to do to pass the act. So my lucky number is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go here, and we'll reveal this sea floor. See what it's got on it. Abyssal Trench, X shroud, one clue per investigator, so 2 on it. X is equal to half the number of revealed seafloor locations, rounded down. After you successfully fight or evade an enemy at Abyssal Trench, decrease its flood level. Does it come in flooded? Ah, okay, sorry. I should have read the front of the seafloor, sorry. It's got forced. When you enter seafloor, increase the flood level of this location and an adjacent eligible location. And okay. So this goes to partially flooded. And then it's going to be one of these adjacents, 1 to 3, 4 to 6. That one. That one's going to be partially flooded. So that was her first action. Second action, she's going to investigate. X is equal to half the number of revealed. So there's 2 revealed, so that's going to be a shroud of 1. So second action is to investigate. 5 against 1. We'll take those odds. -2. We get the clue. Not doing any sealing at the moment, which is slightly frustrating. And third action, 5 against 1. 0. We get the clue. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 2 of those clues. Spend 1 clue per investigator, so 2 as a group. Decrease your location's flood level. So we're going to take that one down to not flooded. You can see where this is going to go. That was her third action. Michael, or Mick, first action is going to get rid of ominous silence. It says test agility 3 if your location is not flooded, which it isn't. You automatically succeed. So ominous silence goes. Do we want to stick with Agatha? I think we do. Or am I wasting actions? Should I? Second action, I'm going to move across. I could be, or do I stay there? Because Agatha's going to come back. Hang on. Adjacent. Is this considered to be adjacent? I'm sure it would. Bear with me. What a wally. What a wally. No, I'm going to have to reset, unfortunately. So bear with me. Yeah, sorry, I've gone. Hot tub time machines. It's so easy to do this in. So they're corner to corner are not considered to be adjacent. So that's my mistake. So sorry, this is as ever with the Drowned City scenario. I'm playing it absolutely blind. So it's left to right, up and down. So I couldn't have gone there. So I've just put my clues back, turned it back over, reset Agatha. We're all good. So we're on to Agatha's turn. So she'll come down to this one. That makes it a little bit more tricky. So she'll come down to this one and she will flip. And this is an abyssal trench. comes in with 2. X is equal to half the number. Oh, then we then do one of these. So we increase the flood. And then we increase the flood level of this location and an adjacent float location. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it onto the barrier core. Oh no, do I? No. Hmm. Ooh. All right, let's go 1 to 3, 4 to 6. 4. So that one's going to go up. So that was our first action to move. Second action, we're going to do a similar thing. We're going 5 against 4. I have passed these, but I'm going to do them again just to make me suffer. -4. Luckily, we are 5 versus 1. We get it. Second action. Ah, there we go. That'll teach me. That's penance for not doing very well. Right, so over to Mick. First action at the non-flooded barrier core, he will remove the ominous silence. Second action to move in and be with Agatha just in case she needs her bodyguard. What I am going to do is activate the spend clues as a group, decrease your location's flood level. I've just checked, even though Michael hasn't got the required clues, he's spending it as a group, so I can spend the 2 clues off of Agatha to reduce that flood level of that abyssal trench. That's not an action. Third action for him is to gain a resource, but he's going to put it onto good money. That's him done. We go to the enemy phase. There aren't any enemies. And we go to the upkeep phase. We get our actions back. We gain a resource. Agatha gains her 1. Michael will do his good money, and that's he's got 4 on there. He needs 1 more. We're going to draw a card. Agatha's going to get a higher education. Michael is going to get a liquid courage. That's always very handy. We'll get that out, definitely. Okay. we move across to the mythos phase. We put 1 or 2 of 7. Then Agatha's going to get her card. Oh, hello. Medusa, 3 fight, 2 health, 3 evade. Aloof, patrol, nearest unflooded or partially flooded location. So we'll do the abyssal trench. When the enemy phase begins, if Medusa is ready, increase the flood level of the location if you cannot place 1 doom on Medusa. So she is going to engage with okay, Agatha, and then Michael is going to get, oh, a deep one. Here we go. Here comes the monsters. 3 fight, 2 health, 3 evade. After deep one full engages, you discard 1 card from random in your hand. Actually, I'm going to put these down here so I remember them. So we know these are the enemies we're engaged with. We discard 1 card at random from our hand. I knew it. The only card I didn't want to discard, Liquid Courage. Love that. Love that indeedy. All right. Well, I think this turn Michael's going to go first. And his first action is to shoot the deep one thrall with his automatic. So it's I'm currently 7 versus 3. 7 versus 3. I think I'm okay with that. I hope. 7 versus 3. -2. We kill it. We do 2 damage because the automatic does +1 damage. So it does 2 damage. After, we don't need to worry about that. That's already been done. Second action is to engage with the Medusa. Third action is to, after I spend 1 or more ammo from a firearm, gain a resource, I'll put that onto good money, and that's only once per round. So good money's done now. We've completed it. And then we're going to automatic the Medusa. And again, 7 versus 3. I'll take. It would have been aloof. Medusa would have been aloof. So I still would have needed to engage it. That's fine. 7 versus 3. -2. +1 damage. We are good. Michael is doing his job. Oh, we did succeed. So we'll exhaust lucky 6. 7 versus 3. -2 is 5 versus 3. We done it. So we're going to draw a card. We're going to get another automatic. Lovely jubbly. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Agatha, first action is going to be to investigate. X is equal to half the number, so we're still at 1. 5 versus 1. Oh, hello. 5 versus 1 +2. Oh, now do I? think I do. I'm going to cancel that. Oh. Oh my God. Love that. Whoa, game. Okay. Oh dear. But I did cancel it. Second action to investigate. I should have drawn a card. We get a spectral shield. Second action, investigate. -1. We get the clue. Third action is going to be to move across to here, which we can now. And we're going to increase the flood location of this location. So we're going to put that up to that. And we're going to increase this one here. Comes in with 2 clues on it. And we're going to spend 2 clues to decrease it to partially flooded. And that's it for Agatha. Enemy phase, no enemies. Go to the refresh or the upkeep phase. We get our actions back. Whoops, a daisy. We ready any cards. We gain a resource. Michael is now gaining his resources. There's 2. We're going to draw a card. Got a backpack. I'm going to draw a card. And we've got an unexpected courage. Very nice. Very nice. Mythos phase. We go to 3 of 7. We draw a card for Agatha. Undersea Hunt. Test agility 3. The test gets +2 difficulty if your location is fully flooded. It's not. If you fail, take 1 damage and increase the flood level. Ooh, okay. Agility 3. I am 3. Ah, bugger. I cancelled. Sorry, let's just rewind for a second. At the end of her turn, I did cancel. So I'm going to pay 1 to play Spectral Shield. Attach that to a player, and I can use it to absorb damage. Right, so back to here. Sorry. So agility 3. What have we got? Four versus 3. Do I get rid of the backpack? 4 versus 3. No, let's just go 4 versus 3. You are loving it today. You are loving it today. I fail. I take 1 damage, but when attached card takes 1 or more damage, cancel one of that damage, then the owner of Spectral Shield must remove one charge from asset they control. If they can't, then discard. It's the same thing as healing, so I'm going to remove one there. So I'm not going to remove the Spectral Shield, but this one does go into my discard pile. We'll use Expedition Gear. Same thing, but that's an action to heal, whereas effectively that's, in my head, that's the same thing. So Undersea Hunt goes. We get a card for Mick. Eye of the Deep. Revelation. Put Eye of the Deep into play in your threat area. Limit 1 per investigator. Treat each cultist and tablet token you reveal during a skill test as if it was the Elder Thing token instead. Test Will 3. Okay. If you succeed, discard Eye of the Deep. Oh, that's an action as well. Oof, nasty. Don't think there's a cultist token in there. There certainly is a what am I call it? Right. Okay, back to the investigators. Going to go with Michael first. First action, he's going to do this test Eye of the Deep. I think it's going to come back and bite us. I'm 3. I'm going to chuck an unexpected courage in to make it 5 versus 3. I've got nothing else that can go in there. 5 versus 3. Oh my God. You are joking. You are joking me. That's going to get annoying. That's going to get real annoying. Oh, so that was his first action. It doesn't look like I'm going to get rid of that anytime soon. Second action, we're going to move in to be with Agatha. Third action is going to be gain a resource. Michael, done. Okay. Agatha's going to go. First action is to investigate. We've got 3 locations revealed. C4 locations are revealed. So it's equal to half rounded down. So 3 divided in half is 1.5. Rounded down is 1. So first action, investigate. 1 versus 5. One versus 5. You're joking me. Honestly, I'm glad I'm recording this. Third one on the trot. Right. Second action. Investigate. 1 versus 5. Half the number revealed. Well, it's -1, so we've got it. Third action, same thing. 1 versus 5. Zero. And we'll immediately spend those 2 clues as a group to lower that flood level. That's Agatha done. Hoping to get 1 more action in there, but yeah, okay, it's not too bad. Enemy phase, no enemies in play. We go to the upkeep phase, we get our actions back. We gain a resource. 5/4. Agatha gets deep knowledge. Mick gets another liquid courage. Okay, we go to the mythos phase. We're going to put 4 of 7 onto the agenda. And then Agatha's going to get her card, which is going to be a voltaic eel. Ooh, 4 fight, 5 health, 2 to evade, hunter, prey, most clues. When voltaic eel is moving during the enemy phase, each fully flooded location is considered to be connected to each other. That's, yeah, I think we've seen this before. And then Mick is going to get another undersea hunt. Agility 3. So we'll go 4 versus 3. 4 versus 3. Put the Remington in there, sorry. 4 versus 3. -1. 4 versus 3, we pass. Remington goes. Undersea hunt goes. Right. Michael, time to earn your money. So, first action is to bodyguard and help Agatha by taking the voltaic eel offer. Second action is to automatic it. So we are 5, 6, 7 against 4. I will chuck a crack shot in to make us 10 versus 4. 10 versus 4. Oh, that is very handy. 10 versus 4 plus 2. So that is 12 versus 4. Good. So we may place an ammo on an we're going to place it on automatic. And because we succeeded by 2 or more, we're going to tap our lucky cigarette case and draw a card. Oh, we're going to get a bloody weakness. Shuffle each firearm asset in your play area into your deck. Ugh. Seriously. If no asset was shuffled into the deck by this effect, take 1 damage and shuffle it back into your deck. That is ridiculous. So off an elder sign, oh my god. There we go. Right, let's just sort this out. So crack shot goes. We do 2 damage to the voltaic eel. 2 of 5. We put that back in there. We take our automatic, which I just put another lovely bit of ammo on, and shuffle that back into our deck. We have got another one, which is handy. Glad I'm recording this game, because nobody would believe me with the bloody luck I've had in this one. All right, so we've now got no gun to shoot the voltaic eel with. So let's just try punching it in the face. So third action is fight. I'm going to add a Robert Castaigne into it, so I'm now 6 versus 4. 6 versus 4. -4. We don't manage to punch the eel in the face. Okay. That's Michael done. What's Agatha got? Tricky now. Because if I move into this, it's gonna flood, fully flood. So first action would be to move in. It's probably got 2 clues on it, I'm guessing. It'd be Shroud of 2 at that point, because there's 4 revealed. So I could probably get both clues off, but then I'll be at a fully flooded location, which I do not want to be at. But then I can spend those 2 clues to immediately take it to partially flooded. Yeah, I think I can do that. I think I can do that. But the way the chaos bag's been today and my drawers, who knows? We can always... Oh, that's going to be risky. That's going to be risky. Move in, grab a clue, move back out again. I've got to do it. Move. That gets to there. Oh, that's blasted ruins. That's fully flooded. It's got 2 clues on it. It's got a Shroud of 2. Okay, it's just a straightforward Shroud of 2. I do not want to take 5 direct damage. No chance. But Blasted Ruins has also got an action on it. Oh, I need to increase. Do I do the same trick, and then think I do. I think I'm going to do it. Put it there. That's an adjacent one. I don't really want to be going back on myself to keep clearing the flood. That's what's in my head. Forced, and it's got forced after you end your turn at blasted ruins, increase its flood level, but it can't go any further. It's fully flooded. Second action is to, that was my first action. Second action is to investigate. 2 versus 5. We're not going to get rid of Andy. We're not playing Milan anytime soon because Andy does take up a, so we'll take it to 6 versus 2. Six versus 2, -2. We get the clue. Third action, same thing, and I'll make a, I'm going to chuck in I will chuck in a deep knowledge. I'm going to put 2 chaos tokens into the 2 curse tokens into the chaos bag. Ugh. Hang on a sec. Whoa, 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 whoa. No. I'm going to play a higher education instead to make it 6 versus 2. 6 versus 2. Come on. -2. 6 versus 2, -2. We pass. I'll immediately spend those 2 clues to reduce that partially flooded. That's it. We go to the enemy phase. Michael's going to be hit for 1 and 1. So he's down to 8 and 4. Done, done. Going to ready up. Go to the upkeep phase. Going to gain a resource. So he's now at 5. Agatha's at 5. Agatha's going to draw a card. She's going to get a magnifying glass. Very nice. Mick is going to get a fence. Okay. That works. That works. Mythos phase, we're going to go to 5 of 7. Agatha's going to draw a card. Elder Mist. What's this? Revelation. Attach it to the nearest location without Elder Mist attached. Each investigator at the location gets -1 stats. After an investigator attached succeeds at a skill test by 2 or more, discard Elder Mist. The nearest location without an Elder Mist, well, that's going to be the Blasted Ruins. Mixed cards. Something in the water. That's actually quite, with the picture with the eel, that's quite relevant. Surge. Increase the flood level of the nearest available eligible location. Well, that's going to go, oh, I can see where this is going now. Abyssal Trench is going to go up and it gets surge as well. That's annoying. Ominous Silence. We've seen that. Not looking good now. It's all turned a bit. It's all turned a bit. As this game does. Right. Thought it was a bit too easy. Hmm. We're going to have to use the barrier core, I think. So Agatha's going to go first. She's going to move back to the barrier core because she can, because it's adjacent. Second action, she's going to decrease the flood level of barrier core and choose an adjacent eligible location, increase that flood level. So she's going to put it onto that there. Then she's going to put 6 clues onto this. Third action, she's going to pay 1 to put out her magnifying glass. And that is Agatha done for the time being. Jeez. Michael's in a bit of a pain here. This voltaic eel losing his gun has absolutely kiboshed him. So I think what he's going to have to do is going to have to pay 4 for his first action. So he's down to 1 to play the automatic. Comes in with 4 ammo. I'll spend a resource because of ominous silence. They're down to 0, so I don't take the horror. I do take the opportunity of attack though, so 7 and then 3. Second action is going to be to fight with the automatic against the voltaic eel. So I'm 5, 6, 7. 7 versus 4. I will chuck a Robert in. Gonna have to make it 8 versus 4. 8 versus 4. Zero. We do 2 damage to it, so it's now at 4. I will exhaust the lucky cigarette case to draw a card. We've got the other automatic. Third action is to fight with the automatic. So we're now at 7 versus 4. I don't want to chuck the other, I can't chuck the other automatic in. So 7 versus 4. Minus X is half the flooded. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 2. 7 versus 4. 5 versus 4. We pass. And we kill the voltaic eel with 2 damage. Oh. That goes in the victory display. Put that there. That's there. So we know it's in the victory display. And that is Michael done. Okay, feels a little better. Let's just put this down here so we know that they're both Michael. Okay, enemy phase. No enemies in play because we killed it. We go to the upkeep phase. We're going to get our actions back. We're going to get a resource. We're going to get a resource. Agatha's going to draw a card. She's going to get emergency cash. Mick's going to get a card. He's going to get a Joey the Rat. Very nice for some soak. Very nice for some soak. Can't play him at the moment. Go to the Mythos phase. 6 of 7. Agatha's going to get a card. She's going to get a Medusa. Medusa's at the barrier core, but she's aloof. She is aloof. When the enemy phase begins, if Medusa is ready, increase the flood level at its location. If you cannot, place 1 doom on it. Do not. Oh, God. Okay. Mick's going to have to go in and deal with that, but he's not adjacent. 1, 2. 2 to... Oh, it's aloof. Ah. Okay. Okay. And then mixed cards. Corrosive fog. Revelation, test intellect or fight 4. If you fail, take 1 damage. If you fail by 3 or more, instead deal 1 direct damage to your investigator and each ally and item asset you control with health. Okay. So 4. I'm 5 naturally. 5 versus 4. -2, we fail. Should have took that off Lucky Cigarette case. We take one direct. We take one damage. Down to 6. Let's start off with Agatha. Agatha's going to move down to this abyssal trench for her first action. Second action, she's going to investigate. She is now 6 versus 2. There's 4 in play. So 6 versus 2. -2. We pass. We gain a clue. As a second action, third action's the same thing. Six versus 2, -1. We get it. We'll immediately spend those 2 clues as a group to reduce the flood level over here, where Mick is. There's a reason for that. That's Agatha. Mick is going to do an action to test ominous silence. It automatically succeeds now because his area is not flooded. Need to remember barrier core is also a seafloor, so we only need 5 of these to be not flooded. So on that basis, Mick is going to move 1, 2 up to the barrier core, ready to deal with the Medusa next turn. Because we need to stop her from flooding the place. That's it. Enemy phase. So when the enemy phase begins, if the Medusa is ready, increase the flood level of that location. So the barrier core is going to flood or partially flood. But still aloof. And it's got to patrol nearest unflooded or partially flooded location. Well, it's now at a partially flooded anyway. Just doesn't stay at a fully flooded. That's quite cool. Right, upkeep phase, we're going to get our actions back. Mick's going to get a resource. Agatha's going to get a resource. She's going to draw a card. We've got our ocular. We've got her ocular. Very nice. Here we go. And Mick's going to get a Luger. That's quite nice. Doesn't give us the plus damage, but there we go. Are we ready? But unfortunately, We move to the mythos phase. We're going to put our 7th doom onto the agenda, which means stuff's going to happen. Stuff is definitely going to happen. Oh, God. Seafloor location. Massive. Seafloor Leviathan. Massive abomination elite. Massive patrol. Nearest unflooded or partially flooded location. Spawn the barrier core. When the enemy phase begins. If this enemy is ready, increase the flood level of its location. 2 victory points, though. Wow. It's massive. So I'll put that. Fight of 2. 4. Okay. That's fairly straightforward. And then we've got Collapsing Dome is our next. The dome won't hold up much longer. Force, when your turn begins, if you are fully flooded, the same thing, 7. So we've got 7 turns. I'm not liking the look of this. We've got 2 more to do, really. Possible. Okay. Now we draw our cards. Agatha's going to get Crumbling Masonry, Test Agility X. X is where your printed locations. That's 2. Agility 3 versus 2. 3 versus 2 on the agility. Let's play the backpack to make it 4 versus 2. 4 versus 2. 0. Repass. Backpack goes. Crumbling Masonry goes. Mix card. Oh, here we go. Persistent Construct. 2 fight, 2 health, 2 evade. Nearest investigator with an artifact. When you defeat this enemy, spawn each other persistent construct in the victory display exhausted at your location. Oh, ouch. Ouch. That comes engaged with Mick. Oh, God. Wowzers. This just got real. Okay. Actions. Right, first action for Agatha is to pay 3, down to 3, for her ocular. Second action is to investigate, and we are now 6 versus 2. 6 versus 2. -4. But we do get it. Oh, actually, hang on a sec. Let me grab that. Where is it? Just put it straight. There it is. See, there is only one bloody auto fail in it. We will seal the -4. Oops. We will seal the -4. That was her second action, so she gets a clue. Third action is to investigate. 6 versus 2. We'll take the -4. Put that back in. We get the second clue. We'd immediately spend those 2 clues to reduce this. And that was her third action. Now, because she has sealed a token this turn, we get to play an event. What have we got? Well, the only event she's got in her deck, discard pile at the moment, we've got a spectral shield. Don't need. We'll play crack the case. Fast. Play after an investigator. Oh no, we haven't discovered the last clues. Got nothing to play apart from a spectral shield. Well, I take it you can have 2 spectral shields out in play, so let's pay 1 to put a second spectral shield in play. Double shielding it. Take it you can do that. Michael. Now the seafloor Leviathan, because it's massive, I'm considered to be engaged with it. So let's start to try and punch it. I'm 5/6. So first action is to punch the Leviathan, well, to shoot the Leviathan. Shoot the Leviathan. 6 versus 2. -1. 6 versus 2. 5 versus 2. We do 2 damage to it. Oh, hang on a minute. It gets +3 health per investigator. Ooh, ouch, no. I thought that was a bit easy. So that's 10 health. Oh, God. I'm going to kill the persistent construct, sorry. But that goes in the victory display. Sorry, I missed that. That was my first action, to shoot the persistent construct. Get rid of that. Medusa's aloof. But I am considered 3 to evade it. 4, 5. He is going to have a go at evading it. Ten health, man. He's a tricky one. 10 health. It's going to make it virtually him. It's going to just... No, I'm going to evade it. So 2. I'm going to play fence, and I'm going to play Joey the Rat to make me 5 versus 3. 5 versus 3 to evade it. -2. 5 versus 3, -2. We pass, we evade it. That was my second action. Third action is to move down the abyssal trench. Yeah. Oh, having that in there now is that's trouble. Okay. We go to the enemy phase. The Medusa is ready, so she's going to flood the barrier core to partially flooded. The Leviathan is not ready. We then go to the upkeep phase. The Medusa is going to just stay there because that's still partially flooded. And the Leviathan's exhausted anyway. So upkeep phase, we reset our actions. We ready all exhausted cards, so Leviathan will ready at this point. We're going to gain a resource, because it's going to get 3, Mick's going to get 3. Agatha's going to draw a card, she's going to get deduction, very nice. Mick is going to get Derringer. Hand size, we're all good. We're going to go to the Mythos phase. We're going to put 1 onto 1 of 7. Agatha's going to draw a card. She's going to get something in the water. Increase the flood level of the nearest eligible. So that's going to be that. Oh, God. That's annoying. Surge. Deadly Torrent. If your location is unflooded, Deadly Torrent gains charge. Otherwise, you must choose. Test agility 4 to swim. You move to a connecting location. Or test 4 fight. Oh, God. If you fail, take 1 damage and discard 1 asset you control. I'm going to test a fight. 4 versus 1. I'm going to fail. I'm not moving. -1. We still fail. So we take 1 damage. So I'll discard a spectral shield to ignore that. And that's removed from the game. And then I'm going to discard expedition gear. as the cost for that. Mixed card. Infernal Machinery. Put Infernal Machinery into play in your threat area. You cannot trigger abilities on glyph or artifact cards. Test agility or intellect or agility if you do. Okay, well, I've got none of those at the moment, so that's not really going to make too much difference. Right. This is tricky. This is very tricky. I don't think I'm going to do it. I could be wrong. Oh, I should have taken 3 of these off Plumb the Depths because I've removed there, there and there. Sorry. Should have been doing that. Missed that completely. So first action here is going to be to investigate. We will play a deduction. So with 4, 5, 6, 7 versus 2. 7 versus 2. -1. We'll seal that. And we'll get an additional clue. We'll immediately spend those 2 clues to reduce the barrier core. Second action going to be to move across to here to the sea floor, and we've got drowned acropolis. 3 shroud, 2 clues per investigator. At the end of your turn, you must either increase its flood level or take 1 horror. Increase the flood level of drowned acropolis as an action. Choose any location and decrease its flood level as an action. Oh, Michael doesn't really want to go there. I'm going to third action. I'm going to investigate. I'm going to use deep knowledge. Put 2 curse tokens in the bag. I can draw a total of 3 cards. Fingerprint kit, Milan Christopher, and mouse mask. Very nice. And I pass because I'm going to use this seal token. So we get a clue. That goes into my thing. At the end of your turn, you must either increase its flood level or take 1 horror. I'll take 1 horror, so I'm down to 7. That's Agatha done. Pretty sure I killed the persistent contract. That should be lower. That should be a lower after you successfully fight or evade. Sorry, I did kill that here. I'm pretty sure I did. Or did I? No, I was up here. No, it was up here. That's right. That is correct. Right, Michael, what are you doing? What are you doing, buddy? Move, engage, shoot. I think I'm going to just try and prep. Not great, but I'm going to first action. I'm going to gain a resource up to 4. Then I'm going to pay those 4 to bring out the other automatic. Comes in with 4. That was my second action. Third action, gain a resource. What I think I'm going to try and do is tank the Leviathan now for the remaining turns. Agatha, we've got, hopefully we can get some stuff going on. That's it. Okay, enemy phase. These are both ready, so that is going to flood fully. I've got to get rid of that Medusa, first of all. Go in, engage, kill, take the hit from the Leviathan. I need some sanity soak. Can only take 3 hits from the Leviathan. Okay. That's it for the enemy phase. These are actually going to move. These are going to move next turn. No, it's at the start. When the enemy phase begins, if this enemy is ready, increase the flood level of this location. Same with Medusa. So it's now fully flooded and they move to partially flooded. Oh, okay. Okay. Do I move them together or do I move them apart? I think I moved them apart. So let's put the Leviathan up here against this seafloor. And then the Medusa can go here. Here. Nearest unflood. Oh, no, the Medusa can't go there. It's going to have to go there. This one's a head scratcher. It really is. Actually, no. Let's bring it down. Bring it down to Michael. What was I thinking? There we go. He takes the sanity though. Oh no, it's aloof. It's aloof. Don't worry. Don't panic. Right. Okay. Upkeep phase. We get our actions back. We gain a resource. We draw a card. Agatha's going to get Eyes of the Dreamer. Very nice. And Mick's going to get Where's the Party? We move to the mythos phase. We go 2 of 7. We draw a card for Agatha. Elder Mist is going to go on to the Drowned Acropolis. Mick is going to get Eyes of the Deep. Limit 1 per investigator. Doesn't say it surges. Doesn't say it surges if there's one already on me. So, okay, I'll take that. Michael's going to go first. He's going to engage the Medusa. And then he's going to hit it with his automatic. 5, 6, 7. Seven versus 3. Oh. Second action, hit it with his other automatic. 7 versus 3. 0. Kills it. I should have taken 5 direct damage here. Blips down to 1. This is fully flooded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ouch. Can't move back into the barrier core because that's fully flooded. So I will move across to the Drowned Acropolis with Agatha. Oh God, or do I? Because if I end my turn there, I'm going to have to increase the flood level or take 1 horror. This is tricky. This is very good. I'm enjoying it, but it's a bit of a mind bender. Going to do that. And then increase it to partially flooded. Because hopefully Agatha can do something about that. So Agatha is going to three versus six. 3 versus 6. She's going to investigate for her first action. She's going to put a Milan Christopher in to make it 7 versus 3. 7 versus 3. 0. Oh, we will seal that. Keep doing that. 7 versus 3. Oh, God, I just put it back in the bag. 0. Where are you? There. We'll seal that. 7 versus 3. We get the clue. We immediately spend that clue to reduce that to 0. I got -1 there. 7 versus 3, 6 versus 3, -0. We do it by 2 or more, so Elder Mist goes. Second action. I'm going to play an emergency cash to get 3 resources, taking me up to 7. Third action, I'm going to pay 5 down to 2 to play fingerprint kit. Comes in with 3 supplies on it. That's it. Seafloor Leviathan is ready, so it's going to put some stuff there. We ready up. We got our actions back. We get a resource. Agatha's going to draw a card. She's got a backpack. And we've got to watch this. We go to the Mythos phase. We go 3 of 7. We draw a card for Agatha. Crumbling Masonry. Test agility. 3 versus 3. 3 versus 3. We'll make it 4 versus 3 with a backpack. And we'll... Oh, no. We will use our seal token to do 0. I should have remembered at the end of my turn I could have played an event or a spell. I will play a deep knowledge, put an additional 2 curse tokens with the LCG tokens. We'll put 2 curse tokens in there to draw 3 cards. We're going to get Crack the Case, a Perception, and a Shortcut. Very nice. But Deep Knowledge is removed from the game. 3, 4, 5, 6. We're good. Mix card. Corrosive Flog. Test fight or intellect 4. Oh, okay. If we fail, we take 1 damage. That'll kill him. So we are fight 5. We'll play a watch this to take me to 6. 6 versus 4. Six versus 4. I don't really want to fail this. I can't fail this. So I'll play the Luger. 7 versus 4. 7 versus 4. Seven versus 4. -3. We pass. Whew. Just. Right. Okay. Let's go with Agatha to start off with. First thing she's going to do is play Shortcut fast. We'll choose her. She's going to move to this location, which is the seafloor, and it's got 2 clues per investigator. And we've got now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's Shroud of 3. A Shroud of 3. I'm 6. Don't really want to waste that. 6. Well, I'm now going to use the fingerprint kit. Give me +2. So I'm 6, 7, 8. 8 versus 3. 8 versus 3. -2. We're successful. I will seal that. We gained 2 additional clues, but there's only 2 on there. We'll immediately spend those 2 clues to decrease the barrier core. That was my first action. Second action is to move into the barrier core. Third action is to decrease the barrier core completely. And increase the flood level of a chosen location, and then put 6 clues on it. So I'm going to do yeah, I can do that. I'm going to do this, flood that, And then we'll put 6 clues on it. And that's it for Agatha. Michael is going to go 1, 2. And then spend 1 for his third action to put a liquid courage into play. What are we doing here? We'll do that. Liquid courage. And that's it for Michael. We can get those 6 clues off there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. Okay. Possible. It's possible. Enemy phase. It's the seafloor Leviathan is going to begin here, so it's going to increase this to fully flooded. And then it's going to move to here. So it's now against this one. And it'll increase that one in a bit as well. Okay, we ready back our resources. We're ready. Gain a resource. 4 for Agatha, 3 for Michael. Agatha's going to draw a card. She's going to get a Tooth of Etzli. Michael is going to get a Joey the Rat. Oh, he could be very handy, actually. 3 and 2. Very good timing, Joey. Right, Mythos phase. 4 of 7. We're running out of time. We draw a card for Aggie. He gets a persistent construct. Okay, and when we defeat that, we're going to spawn other persistent contracts in the display exhausted at our location. We'll put that there. Remember, she's got it. Michael is going to draw a deep one through. Here we go. Here we go. I should have put some supplies on my liquid courage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I think he thinks we know what Michael's doing this turn. Okay, Michael's going to go first. First one he's going to do, he's going to fight the deep one through with his automatic. So it's a fight of 3 with 5, 6, 7. 7 versus 3. I think we can handle that. 7 versus 3. 7 versus 3. Come on. +1. Boom. 2 damage to it. We kill it. I will gain a resource. His special action. Second action is to engage the persistent construct. Oh, I can see what's going to happen here. There we go. But it's going to happen. So second action is to engage it. Third action is to shoot it with his automatic. Seven versus 2. 0. We kill it. But the one in the victory display, I won't take it out, comes and it's exhausted at our area. That's Michael done. Agatha's first action. What's she got? Agatha's first action is to move to the blasted ruins. Her second action is to investigate using her fingerprint kit. She is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 versus 2. We will use the ocular obscura to -2 it. So 6 versus 2. We succeed. We get 2 additional clues. So we get 3 clues. We'll immediately spend 2 of those clues to reduce the flooding here. And then for a third action, she will use her fingerprint kit again to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 versus 2. There's some curse tokens in there, so I just because I'm gonna play a perception to make it 10 versus 2, just in case. 10 versus 2. Cultist -2. If your location is fully flooded, take 1 damage. It's not. You can't seal that one, unfortunately. But we do get 2 additional clues. And we'll immediately spend 2 of those clues to reduce this by 1. And I'm going to spend these 2 clues. I can only do it my area. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh. That's that done. I paused for a minute to get myself the obligatory coffee. I needed it. Okay. Oh no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. could be in trouble. We could be. Oh, damn it! Damn it! I've just seen something. Some of you may well have spotted it. I didn't. That's my bad. So let's crack on and see what happens. That's annoying. Right, so we go to the enemy phase. Oh no, he's goodness, he's exhausted. I thought I was going to die because he's got one helping him, but he doesn't ready yet because the enemy phase says enemies with the hunter keyword move towards the nearest investigator. Well, this Leviathan, first of all, is going to do that. And then he is going to move down to here. Engage Agatha, because he can't move there because that's fully flooded. That's fully flooded, so he's got to move down there. But he doesn't increase the flood level because that happens at the start of the enemy phase. He then hits Agatha for 2, for 1 health and 1 sanity. Can take that, can tank that. 1 and 1. That's the enemy phase. Now we go to the upkeep phase. We reset our actions. We ready any exhausted cards. So persistent construct is going to ready. We ready our cards. We gain a resource. Agatha's up to 5. Michael's up to 5. Agatha draws a card. She's going to get Burning the Midnight Oil. Michael is going to get Crack Shot. We go to the Mythos phase. We go to 5 of 7. Agatha draws a card. She gets Dreaming Migration. If there are no enemies in play, Dreaming Migration surges. Otherwise, test Intellect 3. If you fail, choose. Okay, we can do that. So Will of 3 with 4. With 4. We'll chuck a mouse mask in to make us 5. 5 versus 3. We'll chuck a Tooth of Extra in to make us 6 versus 3. And we'll leave it there. 6 versus 3. 6 versus 3 minus 2. We will seal that on the ocular. We can do it once per phase, but we do pass. 6 versus 3 minus 2. Michael is going to get Cunning Mimicry. If there are no monster enemies in play, gain Surge. Otherwise, test Book 3. Oh, God. This is going to kill us. This is potentially going to kill us. So we've got 1. I'm going to chuck a Joey the Rat and Where's the Party to make it 3 versus 3. 3 versus 3. Got nothing else I can do. Oh, we took that off that. I'm pretty sure I've done that. I'm going to say I've done that. I've wiped loads off. Right, 3 versus 3. If he fails, he's dead. 3 versus 3. Yes. 3 versus 3, 0. I passed. I passed. Right. Okay. Our actions. Agatha is going to attempt to evade the Leviathan. She's agility 3, Leviathan's 2. I'm going to chuck a backpack in to make me 4 versus 2. I'm not going to reveal the token. I'm going to reveal this one, -2. So I evade it. For my first action. Second action is I'm going to move into the barrier core. Third action, I'm not going to draw a card because I don't want to get a weakness. I'm just going to gain a resource. Michael, his first action is to shoot the persistent construct with his last gun. So we are 5, 6, 7. 7 versus 2. Seven versus 2. -X number of revealed locations. There's 6 revealed locations. That's 3. 7 versus 2. We're down to 4 versus 2. Draw. We kill it. But it comes back. The one in the victory display comes back out exhausted. I will exhaust the lucky cigarette case to draw a card. I get quick thinking. So that's my first action. Second action, gain a resource. Third action, gain a resource. We go to the enemy phase. They're both exhausted. I don't do anything. We go to the upkeep phase. We get our actions back. We gain a resource. So Michael's now up to 8. Agatha's up to 7. We draw a card. Agatha's going to get Burning the Midnight Oil. Mick is going to get Where's the Party? Oh, mucker. Forgot to put this back on. Hopefully you've been all right. We're going to then, the end of the round, barrier core. It says, at the end of the round, if each surviving investigator at barrier core active, well, let's read this first of all. If 6 or more seafloor locations are revealed, then flip barrier core. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're all seafloor locations, so we flip barrier core. It's got force. If there are 5 or fewer unflooded seafloor locations, flip barrier core. Spend 2 clues as an action. Put the set aside barrier node story asset into plan under your control. But it says at the end of your round, if each surviving is at the barrier core, you may advance. So I'm going to advance it. We don't control a barrier node, but we do. So it says the alien machinery hums with otherworldly current. Overhead, a massive chunk of rock falls from the foundation and passes through the flickering field. The structure seems to have stabilized. Resolution 2. Resolution 2. Resolution 2. The reacted core makes quick work of the flooded dome, draining the water in mere minutes. You survive the perimeter of sunken ruin with the expedition, marvelling at its ancient grandeur. The feeling of walking on dry ocean floor with fish flitting between the flickering bubble is something like out of a dream. After several hours, the expedition passes on. In your campaign log, record the power was diverted. Okay. The power was diverted. Each investigator gains 2 bonus experience from study in the drowned quarter. Okay, so we get 2 XP. Proceed to resolution 3. Resolution 3. The energy field protecting the tunnel back to the city continues to hold strong. The jagged foundations of Rylea continue to break off in pieces as the city rises. It's time to move on. In your campaign, cross out the drowned quarter on the Rylea map. Okay, that's that done. Each investigator gains victory X to the value of each card. So that's only 1. So we've got 3 in total. Okay. Check your campaign log. If the expedition headed west, proceed to the apiary. Okay, we're going to do that next. The apiary. There we go. Right. I didn't think I was going to do that. I did not think I was going to do that. So we've got 3 XP to spend. We'll have a look at that. We'll have a look at that for the next game. Wow, that was touch and go. That's a tricky one, but I liked it. I really enjoyed it. Really good. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. The amount of auto fails at the start of that game, though. Ridiculous. Anyway, that's 2 hours and 11 minutes or so of us playing, or me playing. Hope you're enjoying the series. And like I said at the start of the video, really, really, really grateful and many thanks for all the views on the previous one. Really appreciated it. Subscribers are now heading towards, I think we've got about 260 plus subscribers now. Really would like to get to the magical 500. That would be good. And then we'll carry on. We'll crack on through. But I will see you on the next one. called the apiary, and we'll see where it takes us. Anyway, ta-da for now. Bye-bye.